Darren Ravel from Collect here with Mark Schlereth. You know him from Fox's Breakfast Bowl. You know him from ESPN. You know him from calling games on Fox. You know him from, if you're in Denver, his radio show. You know him from his chili if you shop. You know him from a lot of places. I worked with Mark for a long time when I was at ESPN, when he was at ESPN. And he doesn't, I don't think, know this, but I was there when you did your on-air trial.
Okay.
The first time you did it, I think I was like right after you. I was already there, but you were great. And you were great, and it's so nice to see your broadcast career and how awesome it's turned out.
I appreciate that. Yeah. It's always good to reconnect with all of my ESPN brethren. So it's good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And I'm telling you what, I'm excited for you. I follow you on all your social media stuff and watch all your collectible stuff, and I think it's fascinating because I look back on my career now. And had an opportunity to do a lot of things that were cool, right? And it could have collected a lot of things that were cool. I never did. Like, I didn't even think about it at the time.
Well, because the focus is you're done with your game, you throw off your jersey, you're not going to keep your, like, I understand it, plus it was a little bit different era. You know, really, I think after 2000, I think things really changed a little bit, and that you were just kind of, you were ending as the real collectible stuff was starting. So I'm going to let you off the hook.
Okay, great. I appreciate it. I got to ask you this, though. I got to ask you a question, okay? Yeah. What's your prized possession? I'm not what's worth the most, but what's your most prized possession?
Ferris Bueller's vest. So I have Matthew Broderick's vest from Ferris Bueller.
Okay.
That's a great piece. The best sports piece, Kobe Bryant's credential that was around his neck in the 2008 Beijing Olympics.
Really?
He gave that to me so I can never sell it, and I never will. But yeah, that's a cool one too. But you know, when you can reach in your head or you can pull out something that you think is so cool I'm a obsessional collector, right? So it's just like, you know, tickets and checks and crazy. And in the last 3 or 4 years, I've gotten into history, which is like rabbit hole. Yeah, I have the best George Washington signature in the world, best Alexander Hamilton signature in the world. Wow. It's just like, the idea is to show something to someone and someone go, wow, holy crap. You know?
Right.
And then there's such joy, and it connects to your brand and your person.
Yeah,
so.
I think the coolest thing, and you know, I've only got really 1 or 2 Bronco cards. I've got a bunch of Washington cards. But the coolest thing, memorabilia-wise, from a card standpoint, is when my son got called up to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Yep. And first off, he calls me up. So the GM had told me, like, he wasn't going to pitch. He wasn't going to play. So we're checking in the hotel, and my phone rings. It's my son. I go, hey, what's up, man? And he's like, where are you? I go, we're checking in the hotel. You want to get something to eat or what? He goes, no, I'm throwing in the 6th inning tonight. And then for me, it was like instant diarrhea. You know, because you're watching your kid. You know,
from the very first catch.
Right. I coached him from the time he was 4 years old. Right. I mean, he had a T-ball at 4.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, put our bags and, you know, give him the concierge. We gotta
go. You're a wreck.
Right?
You're a wreck.
So I'm running down the street because we were at a hotel downtown Phoenix. Right. We ran to the stadium, and got down into the stadium, got down to the field. He comes out. And I literally burst into tears, and I could not stop sobbing. And
my God.
I'm telling you what, I've got people that I don't know coming up to me, like going, they don't know who I am. It's going to be okay, sir. You're going to be okay, you know. And I cannot stop crying. And then we all get in the dugout, and I'm sitting there. I got a bag of goodies around my hand, and somebody snapped a picture. And they made it a Topps card.
Oh, my God.
And so it's me and my son in the dugout of the game he got called up in through a scoreless 6th inning. And it's, for me, that's the coolest. That's the coolest. Because, you know, I got introduced in 3 Super Bowls that I started in. And they don't even compare to watching my son trot out that 6th inning.
Yeah. And I have 10-year-old twin hockey players who, you know, have my genes. Unfortunately, they're good. They're pretty good as 10-year-old. They ain't playing in the NHL. So I'm just imagining what it would be like. And yes, that accomplishment would be better than all my accomplishments combined. So that's amazing. You're here for Stunt, which is a new social media that's kind of angled towards sports and allowing people to be creators.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's you create your own content. You can do, post takes. You can do whatever you want. You can create videos. It's all sports, though, right? So they do a really good job of making it. It's not political. It's not all the garbage that you get on other social media platforms. And then you can also create your own radio show. You can create your own content.
Yeah, it's not like when we grew up, or when I grew up, when I was doing, I wasn't a star like you, but like it wasn't a meritocracy. Someone would have to find me.
Right.
Now you can actually create your own stuff,
right,
and be recognized.
Right, and be recognized, and you can monetize it as well. As so, if your stuff is that good, put it up there, and
you can
let
win.
the world, let the world figure it out.
Yeah, it's amazing. You didn't do any jersey swaps, did you, back in the day?
No, there was no like. I always laugh about how how small the world kind of quote unquote has become, right? And how collected guys are. Like, I remember going to Universal Studios when I was a player, and it was myself, and I think it was Charles Mann and Darryl Green, and we had a couple other guys like Monty Coleman, and it's me and a couple, 4 or 5 of us that played for the Redskins. And we're walking down one side of the street at Universal Studios, and on the other side of the street, it was a group of Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys were on the other side of the street in Orlando. And we didn't even walk across the street. We just looked at each other, kind of gave the guy a head nod.
Yeah,
and kept
because
walking.
it was like you couldn't do a jersey exchange because that's not part of the game.
No,
we're not doing sportsmanship.
Yeah.
We're not shaking hands.
Right.
It's like.
So,
and what's funny is, out of all these questions I've asked, only the Patriots, apparently, because it's probably Belichick, he's like, no, there is no exchanging on the field after. We are still the Patriots. They are still who they are.
Right.
You're not showing that you're friends.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yes, you did not. It was a different code of conduct.
Right, like we stayed on our side, and everybody gave the guy a head nod. Like, I recognize you, you recognize me. All right, good.
Yeah, I'll see you.
So never the two shall meet.
Yeah.
We'll walk this way. You guys walk that way.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's how it was.
That's how it was. Well, amazing to be with you. Awesome.
Likewise, buddy.
Congrats on everything.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congrats to you, man. It's so much fun just following all your collectibles, and I love the fact that you're into the history stuff now.
All of it. Whatever takes the wow, whatever's the the wow of it all. And sometimes it's a jersey. It is interesting. The movie stuff has become, because movies really appeal to people. So I've gone pretty down the rabbit hole with movies. We got Dennis Quaid's helmet from Any Given Sunday right here.
Wow, that is awesome.
I mean, how many Sharks helmets are there? And so it's
incredible.
Yeah, it's
incredible.
Fun.
I love the Ferris Bueller vest, right? Because that is from
iconic.
Our generation.
The 80s.
Right.
It's number
that's
one.
An iconic movie.
Yeah.
Like you sit down. When my kids were old enough to go, we're watching this tonight.
Yeah.
And you're going to love it. And if you don't, I'm going to be pissed off.
Unfortunately, Home Alone has stood the test of time a little bit more than Ferris, but it is like, it's the iconic movie. So I had to have it. Didn't tell the wife the total price of the purchase, but we have it.
All right, good for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
All right.